One person has been killed while another was seriously injured while reportedly detonating an explosive device during a protest march in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, on Tuesday. The incident occurred near the Presidential Hotel in Port Harcourt. Although the Rivers State Police Command has not issued any official statement on the incident, the protesters were believed to be supporters of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Meanwhile, the Rivers State government has called on all public and private health facilities in the state to detain any young man who reports to their facilities with a severely dismembered upper limb. The state's Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, made the call in a voice message sent out to media houses in Port Harcourt. Now to the issue for discussion, sir. There was purportedly a protest yesterday for supporters of the Federal Capital Territory Minister in solidarity. And in the course of the protest, I think a bus, a vehicle parked close by with some occupants in it, of which one of the occupants brought out an explosive device. And while waiting for the detonation of the device, it kind of exploded before the given time that it was supposed to. And there have been reported, a death has been reported, and also severe injuries reported on the other, the second person. And the Commissioner of Health also raised an alert to all medical facilities asking for such and such persons to be held even while still receiving medical attention, and to call for the security agencies to apprehend such a person. What do you deduce from this information today, sir?
I think it is, to be correct, for one to relate it with the happenings, political happenings in Rivers State. For the past few weeks, especially after the expiration of the local government's tenure, the state has been somehow thrown some tense environment.
Exactly.
And I think it was unfortunately fortunate for the incident of yesterday to have occurred or happened. Because I said unfortunate because, yes, we have lost a life. Yes, one is in the ICU. One has been seen, traced to the ICU of the Rivers State University of University Teaching Hospital. Yes. I think that one is still struggling for his life. The unfortunate aspect of it is that, yes, their intentions were not to themselves, were to others. Yes. And so that intentions were caught up with them. They were now victims of their own evil intentions. So if God were to allow their actions, their intentions to happen, would have consumed maybe more than the number of persons who were, for now, sadly but happily grieving. Exactly. That being said, what the police have, my thoughts, why is the police so silent with the issue that happened? It's over 24 hours now. The police is yet to make a statement, although they were seen in the environment of the hospital when the one with that was badly injured is receiving treatment.
Okay, to come in, sir, I think the police commissioner, Olatunji Desu, had made a statement this morning, sir.
To the effect that, yes, to the effect that the person who sponsored, and I am also of the view that it's not just one of them that was carrying that explosive device. I think there should be more than one.
Definitely.
So confessions ordinarily ought to have been taken, statement ought to have been taken from the said guy, though on his sick bed, and those who sponsored, because we should have persons who gave him, someone bought it, gave it to them with instructions as to where and when to do it. But as God will have it, the thing detonated even when he was not expecting it. So that should be what the police should be telling us, not merely reporting the incident. It is one thing to report the incident. It is not the work of the police to report the incident. It is the work of the journalists to do that, which they have done. It is now in the public domain. The police should be telling us the investigations. result of the investigations as to what they found out, who are those persons who sponsored it? What was their main motive for carrying those kind of explosive? You cannot also take it away from the fact that some persons wanted, are still clamoring for a state of emergency in Rivers State. And before a governor or before the president invoked the constitutional powers, working in, with the National Assembly, having that two-thirds majority to declare a state of emergency, there are certain indices that must manifest before that constitutional provisions can be invoked. And so those things we are lacking. Now, the bringing up of that act of yesterday, assuming it happened in 2, 3, 4 places, and maybe, God forbid, certain lives were lost, assuming Nolgate never retrieved from their earlier announced protests against the actions, continued actions of the police, locking them out of their offices for no just reasons, all in the guise of protecting lives and property. And then there was a clash between these two sets of persons and those with the intentions of having these things detonated. Then the state would have been maybe getting close to those who are praying for the state of emergency to be declared. So those acts were sponsored, and the police should go ahead to name those who sponsored, the intention for the sponsoring, so that others will learn from it. They say, well, laws exist, but if those laws are not activated, they are mere letters.
Okay, sir, in order to put us still in perspective, sir.
Yes, sir.
The action was taken against the protesters who are supporters of the Federal Capital Territory Minister, sir.
Yes.
Do we deduce, too, that they are for or they support the motions of the governor as against that of the minister?
The protesters as of Monday and Tuesdays were those sympathetic,
yes,
to the FCT minister.
Yes.
And therefore, they will see everything wrong in the actions of the governor.
I mean, the arsonists, those trying to detonate,
yes,
the explosive device.
That is, you know, in my earlier statement, I said some persons declared wanted and prayed for, still praying for, a state of emergency. So I believe this is a calculated attempt from those who are sympathetic with the FCT minister to make the state give that coloration that the state is somehow ungovernable, and therefore a declaration of a state of emergency will be justified in the circumstance. So it cannot be far from those who really truly organized the protests as of Monday, as of Tuesday. I'm also aware that the protest is intended to continue for 4 days. So maybe before or during our program, we will get feelers that somewhere, either in one of the local government or even in Port Harcourt City, the protests will still ongoing. Because yesterday they were everywhere. Yeah,
okay, let's not preempt the investigations run by the police to get at who might be the sponsors.
Yes, it is the responsibility of the police to investigate, but sometimes you do not need someone to tell your eyes that the day is the day is fast spent and the night is approaching.
I get your point, sir. But on the same note, we're trying to exhaust all possible angles to this story. Do you also think that the governor was slow in preempting that so and so could occur at the expiration of the former local government chairman? There was this debacle, as in bringing in the caretaker committee chairman and or allowing the local government chairman that their tenures were expired, pending a case at court, of which the appeal court had already said stay proceedings. The order of the appeal court was stay proceedings until judgment is given. Was it too short a time that the governor wouldn't have been able to stay proceedings of bringing in the caretaker committee to at least douse tension in the state? Or was he trying to prove a point that he is still in charge of the state?
Point of correction, sir. I do not think the Court of Appeal asked the governor to stay proceedings. What the Court of Appeal did was to stay proceedings of the court below, and that is the proceedings before my Lord Honorable Justice C.N. Wale.
That's still...
Staying proceedings, staying continuing proceedings of the matter before him. There are two different things. Now, in that particular application that the Court of Appeal refused, are granted prayers 1 to 4 and 7 and refused 6, 8 to 11. Now, the prayers granted by the court, taking us back, the prayers granted by the court were just procedural prayers. What they call in law, in the courtroom is housekeeping. Now, the prayers refused by the court were the main subject of appeal. And so the court never asked that the judgment, the interlocutory order given by N. Wiley, my Lord Justice C. N. Wiley, should be stayed. That order is still effective up till now, until the Court of Appeal makes a contrary decision. And so we cannot say the governor was slow or never preempt the action. In fact, the governor preempted their actions, and that you see in all his admonitions to his supporters and members. Oh, it's for them not to confront. Rather, they should be at the watch. Where the need for confrontation comes, they should withdraw.
Okay, sir. Let me still come in, sir. I mean, up to 3 to 4 deaths have been recorded over the past since the debacle between the supporters of both camps concerning the occupation of the local government secretariats.
Yes.
And the governor made the security remarks after the security meeting. He made a comment that he who is to arrest his supporters should pass through him. What have the supporters done to warrant an arrest? And why do they pass through him? To be able to apprehend anybody who has...
Before the governor made that statement, he said there were sinister plans to intimidate, humiliate his supporters. Not that his supporters have done something wrong. Oh. The governor is only trying to protect the law which he swore to.
Or his protesters, not the state, because
the intention
was to douse tension.
Those sympathetic with the governor have not gone on a protest.
No, but definitely.
Unless you would get
going on with the caretaker committee chairman, yes, and asking them to occupy, and the attendant conflict that will come, knowing that Rivers State is a keg of gunpowder.
Why are we viewing it in that direction? Why not look at it this other way?
No, let me play the devil's advocate.
Why should some set of persons whose tenure have expired insist on remaining in power?
There was
a few set of persons, up to, assuming they are 21, what is the 21% of the population of Rivers State? So if tomorrow we have some set of strong men coming to say, no, we want to remain in government by all means possible, should we allow a governor to sit down and allow them to continue? It is an undemocratic process, and no governor will allow that to happen. Remember, just a few days ago, on Monday or yesterday, the Southern Governors Forum, comprising of different political parties, came out to applaud the governor for taking that. It is a stand for democracy. It is not about Rivers State. It's a stand for democracy where some mighty men don't come to exist. We're not living in the days of old, where the mighty rule. We are ruled by law. We are governed by law. They came in by instrumentality of the law. That law said their tenure is 3 years.
But there was a law.
That law that they are relying on. That law they are relying on has been set aside by the court of competent jurisdiction. They have appealed it. Yes. There is no state. No.
For the sake of peace.
No, not for the sake of peace. Why can't the other parties also, for the sake of peace, withdraw until a pronouncement is made? There is no proceedings that the Court of Appeal has asked that the judgment given by my Lord D.I.Q. should be stayed. That judgment is still in effect. That law is not in existence. And so on what premises are they relying to say they will continue to remain in government? Assuming without considering that law is in existence, there are two things that will happen before they will. It is not self-automatic that once, because the Amewule's faction amended the law to make it Rivers State Local Government Law number 2 of 2024, that once the tenure expires, you automatically assume the caretaker committee or whatever for 6 months. No, two things will happen. First, the House of Assembly will sit to say, looking at the circumstances that the Rivers State government, it is impracticable for election to be conducted, and now that the tenure has expired, by a two-third majority, vote to elongate that tenure, giving them a window. Once the House of Assembly sits by a motion or a resolve to do that, they will now communicate to the governor to swear them in. And where the governor refused to swear them in, they will now sit again by a resolution mandating a judicial service officer, a judicial officer, in the circumstances a magistrate, to swear them in. So it is not even automatic.
Okay,
assuming that law is in effect now, the House of Assembly needs to sit. But remember, the House of Assembly cannot sit at the moment because they have been asked to stop to parade themselves as members of the Rivers State House of Assembly until the appeal. It is still in appeal. Yes. Appeal is not the final destination. Definitely we'll get there.
But all this
so
is
for how long?
All this is on the predication that the governor did not hold local government elections prior to this time, of which he did not give any valid reasons for not holding, because RISEC was ready to hold elections.
RISEC never said they were ready.
I mean, but the governor is in charge of such matters. He ought, even from inception, he had handover notes. He ought to have, a year is long enough for the elections to hold. So
I will not speak
concerning the new law made for the local government extension of office, and also the illegality of also bringing in caretaker committee chairman, knowing that the ground norm of the country forbids that. It was too predicted on the fact that he didn't hold local government elections. What reasons could you deduct that he didn't hold elections?
I am not to speak for the government. I wouldn't know the reasons
because this is what cascaded to where we are now, sir.
I agree, but if you want to go back to Section 7, that talks about guaranteeing of the local government, yes, our local governments are there. That same Section 7, Sub 1, gave the powers to the state government to formulate laws for the governance and administration of the local government. So let's not go into whether it talks about democratically elected. Why didn't the Constitution provide for the procedure, the time within which elections should be held in local governments? It is to be governed by a law of the states. And that is the law, Rivers State Local Government Law number 5 of 2018. That is what is in existence. And Section 9 gave the governor the powers to set up caretaker committees in the event where there is the possibility of conducting an election is not there. So Section 9, that is the law governing. Until that law is set aside by a competent court of jurisdiction, no one can say the governor has acted wrongly.
Okay, sir.
Section 7 gave the House of Assembly, it is during the time of when Mewule was the leader of the House, that they made that law. Even extended the powers of the governor to the extent that this former local government chairman of Ikwere local government, Wanosike, was renominated for the third time as a caretaker member. The previous law forbade that. But for the interest of one or two, they amended the law, empowering the governor to do so. Now, that is the law that is in existence. Section 9, go and check it, gives sub 3, gives the governor the powers. So the best we can do at the circumstance is to challenge that local government law in its entirety, setting aside those provisions that empowers the governor to form caretaker committees for the period of time. Until that is done, no one can rightly say that the governor is acting outside his powers. No, he's empowered by law derived under Section 7 of the Constitution.
So let's look into the aspects of non-state actors. There have been various viral videos of men from the creek asking for empowerment for them to fight for the governor. Has the governor at any point in time come out to dissociate himself from such actors? Or has he fueled them by his silence, sir?
The governor has not also come out to say that these persons, yes, they are.
No, he is responsible.
He is not.
Knowing that these actors, these non-state actors, are volatile. They can do and undo And he is the father of the state. He is the chief security of the state.
In quote.
No, but...
In quote.
Yeah, but either way, he still bears the responsibility for the lives and property of every citizen. Yes, sir, but he still owns the chairmanship of the Security Council meetings, sir. So,
to what extent?
No,
or to what relevance? Let me
be that he has exhausted.
We have gone past.
He has not told us that
society.
he is being curtailed from performing his responsibilities
but
as a security officer.
But you are aware of that?
No, he is not. He has not complained. He has not told us, because these non-state actors, such as the detonation of this explosive, could be from someone that has been encouraged by the silence of the governor, and nothing takes away the powers from the governor from saying, hold your peace, do not do this. I saw so and so videos. I saw so and so. The security agencies, please look into such matters. Everybody, hold your peace for the sake of Rivers State and for the sake of Nigeria as a whole. The governor has not categorically distanced himself from non-state actors who are volatile. Even down to this morning, there has been a former militant leader that has been declared wanted because he showed support for the governor, and the governor has not dissociated himself from that. I believe that the governor owes us a duty of explaining why he has not put a stop to the non-state actors, activities of the non-state actors concerning his ambition and also the cases in the courts and the present security situation in the state, sir.
Section 4 of the Police Act gives the police the powers to carry out the responsibilities of securing human lives and property, to investigate where there is any perceived sense of criminality. So that, and the police must be seen to be doing so professionally, unbiased, uninfluenced by external factors. So if the allegations as made by the CP of Rivers State on national television last night, declaring, because that information was only made known when he appeared on that program, declaring a particular person alleged to be supporting the governor wanted, if they feel whatever reasons that they have invited him, it is within their powers to do so. But I will not also be, I will not keep calm to also not to remind us what has happened in the previous years and previous days. That some persons have been so bold to make some certain statements warranting or calling for a declaration of anarchy, a declaration of war to the state, up to the extent of threatening the governor. Until date, have you seen the police acted?
Sir, does that give...
It doesn't give credence to whoever that wants to cause. That's why I said it is the responsibility of the police to do that.
Is it the responsibility of the governor to distance himself from such non-state actors who show support for him?
The governor has not appointed any of them to be whatever aid.
But he knows they are capable.
They are sympathizers.
But is he going to encourage them in their line of action?
The governor, but remember, if we have to be objective here, the governor in several occasions, in fact in all occasions, have continued to reiterate the fact that peace is paramount in all these struggles. In every occasion, he has the opportunity of addressing what is happening in Rivers State. The governor has also the powers to ask for a tit for tat. If what happened yesterday and Monday, and the governor asked for his followers to also go on a peaceful walk, and the both sides, what the crowd I saw yesterday was just a microzone of a number of persons that would support, who would come out voluntarily, not those influenced by financial gains to come out, because those I saw on the street yesterday were purely hungry men picked from the parks.
Do you support the governor, even as at now, coming out to distance himself from non-state actors.
He has done so.
He has not, sir.
He has done so, and he will continue to do so.
Addressing his political supporters. These are non-state actors, sir.
Non-state actors that you call them supporters, sympathizers of the governor. He cannot call them one after the other. It is a general address to whoever believes in his principles and of governance. So you cannot say that he should be specific, calling out names. If you know you are sympathetic with my government, please refrain from evil. Isn't that enough for you? If you know you are sympathetic with my government, please refrain from violence. Isn't that a general message to all those who are alleged to be supporters of the governor? And they have been doing so. That is why we are seeing this relative peace in Rivers State, because no one has the monopoly of violence, and no one is also above the law. So once you've crossed the line, you should be called to face the wrath of the law. But the police should not be seen to be favoring a particular set of persons.
It has not been reported that they have...
It has not been reported,
yes.
But it is in the open that the police attitude in Rivers State seem to be favoring a particular set of the gladiators.
Such security.
And that is why yes, we have the facts.
Please, sir.
We have the facts.
Please make it known.
Like I said, how many of these persons who threatened hell and fire and brimstone have been arrested? The one that happened in Ikure local government, the one that happened in Emoa local government, the one that happened in Eleme. These persons declaring violence. Even about 2 days ago, where the alleged, in quote, expired local government chairman, when they made their threats, talked about we have the capacity to invoke violence in the state. Have they been called? Have they been questioned? The one that happened in Echie, what is that? What was the report of the investigation? Is that the same person that held a road walk the other day blocking the Aba Road Express? What are we saying? Let the actions of the police be seen to be just. Because when you act in an unjust manner, there is a limit the person's patience can take. We are all animals, clothed in the form of human being. And there is, to an extent, our patience can take. So if you continue to push the citizens, you push them to the extent that they can no longer move backward, what they do is to respond. And that response may be bigger than the force of the state.
All right, sir. Let's douse the tension a little bit by... That's what we expect that the governor should still do, because he is the father of all.
He has been doing that and will continue to do so.
He should continue to do so.
He will continue to do so.
Because River State is... we've come out from that toga of violence, political...
But some persons derive joy in having that toga around their neck.
I don't think we...
Yes, some set of politicians.
They should be a fringe group.
I don't know. See, if you look at the history, if you look at the past 8 years in Rivers State, the past 8 years, that toga of violence is a pride to some certain class of politicians. That makes them daring. So you cannot... when you see the lion, I do not think the smaller animals will like. So they have given themselves that toga, that impression that they are the king of the jungle. So to them, silence or peace is a strange environment. There should be somehow tension to bring the personality in them so they can thrive.